protecting our democracy is more important than ever. For example, the Supreme Court ruled that the donor who gave Ted Cruz $6 million was just exercising free speech.
Yeah, it's the kind of speech like this. I just wasted $6 million.
And it's not just Republicans. Hillary will have to raise huge sums of money, too.
Oh, yeah. She gonna get that money. She gonna get all the money. Khaleesi is coming to Westeros. Watch out! Oh!
The nonstop focus on billionaire donors creates real problems for our democracy.
And that's why we're running for a third term.
No, we're not.
We're not?
No.
Who the hell said that?
An interesting moment at the White House Correspondents' Dinner over the weekend. Luther, the anger translator, played by actor Keegan-Michael Key, along with the President of the United States, throwing jabs at opponents and, well, some friendly fire as well. Brings us now, my friend John McCain used to say Washington is Hollywood for the cosmetically challenged, something I agree with John about. And with Hollywood coming to D.C. for that Correspondents' Dinner, what's going on in terms of Washington candidates showing up out in Hollywood? Something to talk about now with James Hirsen, who joins us from close to La La Land. So, I understand some things have been set up for Hillary, but Martin O'Malley didn't waste any time. He may not be registering in the polls, but I understand the Maryland governor has a following there in Tinseltown. James?
Yes, he does. Khaleesi's not going to get all the money because Martin O'Malley's got ties with executives at Sony Pictures, and he's actually had events out here in Hollywood which did raise some cash in September and June of last year. So this is his third trip to the West Coast, and he's got some fans out here, and they're going to have what is called a meet and greet event, which is another way to kind of set up a fundraising mechanism for the future. And he and Elizabeth Warren are big topics of conversation out here at political events.
Now, we understand Hillary is headed out to Hollywood next week for a pair of May 7th fundraisers that I don't think are exactly, quote, meets and greets.
No, those are cash and carry fundraisers. I mean, they're going to be, she's going to come out of here with bags of money. And part of the reason, there's 3 fundraisers all within roughly a 30-day period. And Hillary's people know they have to shore up Hollywood. There's been some splintering going on. But first, talk about the email allegations, and now the talk about the foundation and the speaking fees. The social media is replete with people bringing up Elizabeth Warren. There's been some people in Hollywood have signed a letter requesting Elizabeth Warren to run. MoveOn.org has launched a campaign out here, and Mark Ruffalo, the Avengers star, don't get him angry. He's the one that turns into the Hulk. Well, he's been tweeting very vigorously support for Elizabeth Warren and linking up the articles in his tweets about the recent revelations regarding money that flowed to the foundation and uranium being shipped to Russia. Very interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It shows Hollywood is not monolithic, although we know that Tinseltown, by and large, leans to the left. Final 15 seconds. That whole dinner in D.C., it's called a nerd prom. Is that accurate?
Well, not anymore, because so many Hollywood luminaries there. There are supermodels there. They have a red carpet. It actually looks more like a Hollywood award show these days than a Washington, D.C. gathering.
Fair enough. So we'll call it Hollywood on the Potomac. And on that note, James Hirsen, you have our thanks. We appreciate you Skyping in from La La Land. Before we part company today, big news, join us tomorrow night. That's right, tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, for the premiere of Newsmax Prime. Till then, stay brave.